And I think we can see the full lineup for the first round of this championship this year. We can indeed. Look at the difference in the weather. It was literally pouring with rain 5 minutes before you guys joined us. I thought we were going to see another Hockenheim.
Yeah, interesting. Cyril Raymond runs number 13. I don't know many racing drivers that would do that. Superstitious spot.
He's going to be in trouble when he gets to World RX. He'll have to fight Andreas Baccarin for it, won't he? Here we go then. The revs are up on these guys. We'll tell you about the cars once they're off the line. Olofsson with a pretty good start. Cyril Raymond's hooked it up as well. Dan Rook moves to the inside to try and protect his line, but Olofsson should get into turn 1 first. He runs a bit deep. This is a chance for Dan Rook to go up the inside. Rook in the all-black car is heading into P2. Cyril Raymond's been knocked down. There's contact in the background there, and it is Olofsson who leads from Dan Rook.
Well, Olofsson's been very quick all weekend. He had a bit of a nightmare. Always a cramming together there at the back, but he's made a good start to this, and Dan Rook, a good move from third to second.
That hasn't gone well for Haug there, you can see, with heavy damage to the front of the car. Olofsson, I have to say, looked absolutely brilliant in his semi-final. We saw, I think, 4 people in Olofsson's semi-final, Tim, ran wide on the Joker, and again, it was after they'd watered the track. You can actually see how quickly it dries when the sun comes out, but Olofsson, Nilsson this time going into the Joker. Olofsson he was pinpoint accurate the whole way through, and that's what you got to do in these cars. They got about half the power of a supercar, but similar transmission. Yeah,
just over 300 horsepower, still 4-wheel drive, but a lot different car to drive. You've got to keep your speed up.
Haug really in the wars there, sideways again. Up to the hairpin. The trick with these, I think, is to be tidy. When we've seen Raymond and Rook, for instance, coming through the hairpin down the bottom there, they don't use any handbrake. It's wind a bit of lock on and then, you know, blend the throttle in, blend the steering off on the way out.
Yeah, if you stop the car, you can't get it going again, and they like to keep the car rolling as much as possible. Look, much tighter through there. Notice the standard lap, but they're kicking up the dust now, so the grips come back into it.
Olofsson was actually hooking a wheel on the inside of that last corner in his semi-final as well, where they'd watered the track, and he'd spotted there was just a couple of feet of dry tarmac. My goodness me, past the competition there, and Rook was as close to the outside wall as you can get. Olofsson through the left, right, left chicane, and there looks Olofsson sideways, and Dan Rook nice and tidy behind Cyril Raymond too, but Olofsson still managed to carry the speed, driving these cars quite hard.
Yeah, he comes out quite tight there, which shortens the distance that the car goes, and that definitely helps. But Rook's hanging on to him well here. He won one of the heats. Olofsson won 2 and Raymond won 1, but they are all very equally matched.
Olofsson was the top qualifier, so he is the pace man this weekend. What did Olofsson do last year? He was 2nd in Belgium, he was 3rd in the UK and Norway, and he won in Sweden, 3rd overall in the championship. So Olofsson looking to stake his claim to the title that this man currently holds. Cyril Raymond, there again, really chucks the car in, and most of these guys are keeping it really tight. Tanner Whitten, who I speak to, is in this final P5 at the minute, was saying that in America they run them on the different brand of tyre, which gives a little bit too much grip, and you can't move the car around. Of course, they're now on the Cooper tyres, which is the same as in World RX. Gives them the same feel as when they move up, hopefully, to a supercar, and allows them to move the car around a bit.
As Raymond goes for the Joker, look, he's still wide, he's still wide. He was caught out by the track looking dry, but offline it's still wet. He lost some time there. Oh, that look up the inside,
contact!
And he spun Olofsson into the tyres.
So you could just see that at the top of your picture. In the background, you would have just been able to see Olofsson got tagged by Rook, and I wonder if Rook's going to get a telling off for that or not. He was a long way up the inside as they came down the straight. Dan Rook now leads, but I wonder if that'll get taken away. We've got a station car. Nilsson has stopped on the back straight under the hairpin. Simon Olofsson climbs out of the car, and he is not happy. So Olofsson in front of the commentary position had climbed out of the car. Dan Rook is leading, but there was contact between him and Olofsson. There is Olofsson, walks away. Tim, any thoughts on that? It's hard to commit because we were on a very long shot. I know we were kind of looking out the window as well. So
I'm not going to portion blame other than say there was definitely contact.
There we go, racing driver. Thanks very much. Cyril Raymond now in front of Rook. So Raymond having jokers. I think he's going to come out of this smelling of roses. The yellow flag is out, so no more overtaking at one of the top overtaking spots on the track because of Olofsson's car being parked in the barrier. Cyril Raymond, the champion, leading with Dan Rook. And I don't know, we'll see. There we are, look, Nielsen's car, as I say, stationary at the bottom. Hard to tell. We may be able to see from the replays if we had it from one of the different cameras.
Only saw it out the corner of our eye, but it did look like Brook was quite a long way down the inside, didn't it?
It did. And we're busy looking, of course, at Cyril Raymond making a mistake in the Joker, which should have given those two guys up front the golden opportunity to get away. Last lap, checker flags out. Cyril Raymond takes the win from Dan Rook. Good drive by both those guys, but will the stewards get involved? Raymond pitches the car into a spin just in front of the commentary box. Round of applause from the crowd. Over the line in third was Tanner Witten, according to the timing screens. We've got another car crawling to the line, Haug. Glenn Haug is crawling down towards the line.
I was just looking out the window to see if there was any reaction from Olofsson as Dan Rook came past, but there was no reaction at all. So
very, very professional, at least. Either that or he's of the opinion that it was a racing incident. If the supercar drivers would have been quite so kind to each other.